If you own a website, it represents your image, brand, and reputation to over 3 billion people in 60 languages, if the source code is valid. Here are a few facts about websites that owners need to know if A. They are interested in the return on their advertising spin, B. Interested in the return their website presents to the world, and C. Not interested in the details about the tool that communicates their content to the world because the website's cost is just a fraction of general selling and administrative expenses. In 1990, Sir Tim Berners-Lee formed the World Wide Web Consortium, the W3C, to foster the development of free semantic code, the standards, and the validation tools to ensure interoperability for content served to clients. The key to content access is a fancy word, interoperability, defined as a system whose interfaces are completely understood to work with other systems, present or future, without any restricted access or implementation. In other words, your website content can be displayed on a visitor's device. The www Internet has enjoyed spectacular growth since 1990 and can now communicate with over 30% of the world's population in 60 languages. Here's how the web works. Clients are people you're trying to persuade or inform by using a computer, a server, to display your content globally, 7 days per week, 24 hours a day. Content is multimedia, defined as text, images, audio, video, and real-time feeds, converted to binary source code and transmitted to digital devices by wire or air to anyone, any place with a device and a signal. Today, over 600 million web pages have two things in common: source code and content. Websites serve semantic code for search engines, robots, and web crawlers to discover, catalog, and index for generic and paid searches. Websites use cascading style sheets, a style code developed in 1981 to display web page content for access on client browsers. I launched a web page, learned that I was serving invalid code, had the code validated to compare the server statistics before and after validation to understand the impact of serving valid code. The results were a surprise. Here are the results of my case study. A landing page audit revealed 212 lines of source code with 5 HTML errors and 25 CSS warnings. The W3C validation tools revealed errors and warnings issues for editing for validation. The Unified Validator indicates green when the HTML and CSS code, links, and feeds are valid. This website now serves valid HTML and CSS code without changing content to isolate the impact of serving valid code. Let's analyze and compare the website statistics from this point in time to understand the impact of serving valid code. I edited 5 HTML errors and 25 CSS warnings on August 8th and 19th. The last change to the website content was on January 17th, 2012. The impact of serving valid code is quantified in the 6 server statistic facts recorded by the cPanel. Hits or visits to the server, files are downloaded by search engines, pages are downloaded by client browsers, data is downloaded by site visitors, and visits, the number 1 statistic, is the reason you have a website. Visits to this website increased double-digit as a result of serving valid semantic and style code. Stickiness, or eyeballs to the website. The biggest change, 11% increase, occurred in the 0 to 30-second exits, attributed to serving valid code. Still interested? See Part 2 of this series to see what we have learned.